In this video, we're going to see how to import the 3D model into Unity. For the purpose of the video, I am going to use an FBX model. FBX is a format that's really flexible and it's really compatible with a variety of 3D modeling packages. So it's the one we always recommend to use. You can also use native file formats such as 3ds or MA or MB, which are formats from Maya, or the Blend, which is a format for Blender. The only thing to remember is that if you're using those file formats, then you will need to have the software installed on your machine as you import the file into Unity. While with FBX, you can just drag and drop it into Unity and it will work. So to import this file, I have two ways. One is to bring it just to the assets folder, so just to drag it in here. The other one would be to drag it into Unity, and they will basically produce the same effect. So if I have Unity open, and I navigate back to my folder, I can literally just drag and drop this to the project window, and Unity will import it straight away. So if I select the file now, I can see here that the inspector shows me the import settings, which are basically the properties, the settings that Unity used to import this model, and I can always change them again, and Unity will re-import it. So most of these settings are pretty self-explanatory, and I would say if you don't have any specific need, you probably don't need to touch anything in the Model tab. The only thing might be the scale factor, which means how big this model is going to be into Unity. But for the purpose of a game jam, you probably don't need to change anything in here. It's going to be okay by default. The rig tab defines what kinds of skeleton Unity is going to use for this model. And basically, you probably have, if you made this model, you probably have defined bones into your modeling package, let's say 3D Studio Max. But Unity needs to know what bones, each bone means. So for instance, if you have a bone here, we need to say that this is the head. By default, Unity imports the model as generic. As you can see, there's 4 types. None means like no skeleton. Generic means basically we don't want to assign any meaning to these bones because maybe this model is an object. So for instance, if you're animating a plant and you have a chain of bones, they're not really a leg or a head or a chest. So we use generic just to say that they have no specific use. The other really important option is humanoid, because humanoid is the one you want to use when you're importing a humanoid character, and Unity will try to basically define the function that each bone has by default. So if I select humanoid and I hit apply, you see that Unity has created what we call the avatar. An avatar means, again, the mapping of these bones to their specific function. So what is a head, what is the chest, what is the hip? And actually you can see by this checkbox that the avatar has been already created successfully because there were enough bones and they were placed in the right place. If I hit configure, which you don't really need to do, Unity brings me to the configuration of the avatar. But as you can see, as I said before, all of the necessary bones are already have already been found and have already been assigned to a function. You see here hips, spine, shoulder, upper arm, they're already there. So if I go to done, basically I can use this character as it is. The animation tab allows you to import animation by using this checkbox. As you can see, because no animation was defined for this character, here I see this message, no animation data available in this model. So for this specific model, I could potentially turn it off. And materials, finally, it allows me to map the materials that were created in the modeling package with materials inside Unity. So for instance, in this case, you see here, the Unity has found one material, which is called Liam Matte, and has been assigned to no material for now. What I could do here is I could create a new material and assign it here. But if you don't want to deal with the materials that you have created in your 3D modeling package, you can potentially not import them, hit apply, and then we're going to assign them from inside Unity, from within Unity. So these are the options. So now to use this character, And I just want to point out, like, as you expand this little arrow, you will see the structure of the file and all the files that have been generated into Unity. So for instance, in this case, we have blade, and this blade here is showing us the different meshes that belong to this 3D model. For some reason, this character also has a sword, but we don't really need to use it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring the file into the scene and expand its hierarchy. And now, as you can see, I have the character here. The sword is also here. If I expand the hierarchy, I'm going to see 3 game objects in this case. For instance, I don't want the sword, so I'm going to select the blade and I'm going to disable the game object. And then here I have this object called Liam, which is basically the root of the bone hierarchy. In fact, if I expand it, I start to see all of the chain of bones that go up in his spine and up to the head. I don't want to touch this, because if I were to touch them, then the animation wouldn't work anymore. And then the other object, the other important one, is this one called Liam Mesh. And Liam Mesh is exactly the 3D mesh, so the graphics. As you can see, this object has a scheme mesh render component. And in here, we will actually find the materials. So you see here I have this drop down. There's one material defined, and it's currently hooked to the default Unity material. That's why you see the character in white. If I were to select this material and hit delete, then you see it has no material anymore and it goes pink. But I want to create my own material, right? So I will right-click here, create material, and I would call it something sensible, like Liam Matte. And now I can assign this material to the character by just selecting the mesh and dragging the material into the slot. And now it's white again. So now that I have this connection, I can import the texture that I created for this character. So if I go back to my models, I have here the texture in a folder. And again, you just need to literally drag and drop it in here. The texture has been imported. And now I can select my material and connect the texture into the albedo. And now, as you can see, the character finally has its own colors coming from the texture that I created outside of Unity. Finally, the only thing I want to do as a final step is to make this character into a prefab, because by making it into a prefab, I then have an object that I can use over and over again in my Unity scenes. So for instance, I could spawn the character, or I could create multiple copies and stuff like that. That's the use of prefabs. So to create a prefab, I will just select this object and drag it into the assets. Unity asks me if I want to create an original prefab or a variant. A variant is something new to Unity 2018.3. Let's create just a normal prefab for now. And the object gets created. This is, as you can see, the model in its prefab form. The game object in the scene will acquire this blue icon, which is the classic prefab icon. And now I can basically, as I said before, I have a prefab, which is an object here in the assets that I can use in my scene. So as you can see, I can bring it into my scene in multiple copies, and they will all look exactly the same.